Today on the channel, we take a trip to San Diego Comic-Con 2024 for the Super 7 Ultimate exclusive Zartan.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And today we're taking a look at the Super 7 Ultimate G.I. Joe Zartan. But for all your G.I. Joe Zartan needs, make sure you're hitting that Big Bad Toy Store. Use the link in the description down below. Support the channel. Or if you want to go to the Super 7 website, go to super7.com. Put in code KYLEP to support the channel at checkout. Got to get a deal no matter how you do it. And Zartan, an all-timer, of course, the leader of the Drednoks, and a guy we've had in the Ultimate line before, so that makes sense with this San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Got to get the most out of your molds. We know how that goes. With a twist here, you get some different packaging, get some different accessories. Voila, you feel like you got a different figure. And of course, this is the G.I. Joe line that is based off the cartoons back in the day. And as I always say, this is what little Kyle, playing with his 3 3/4 Joes, always dreamed of. Is that one day we'll have deluxe cartoon accurate G.I. Joe figures. And the time is now. Obviously different than the classified series, as we do know, but a fun line for somebody like me, something I've been looking forward to for a heck of a long time. And another thing I've been looking forward to for a long time is how we're going to do this review. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's see what our man Zartan is up to here. Once again, we're back at it with a little slipcover action on this one. That is pretty cool. You can see some peek behind of the green color there. Got a little skull with a knife through it, looking very good. It does say top secret right here. Very, very cool packaging design on this one. I'm here for this. I do like these slipcovers. I am sad they did get rid of these primarily for most products so far. G.I. Joe logo on the back, where you just slide this bad boy off, give it the old see you later, goodbye, like a young Mark Kerr at the three-point line is what that's like. Then you get the snake packaging here. Very on brand because cobra, snake, we understand that, but this does represent that G.I. Joe episode where he's sitting there hiding, spying on the Joes. He's charming some snakes, of course. A snake charmer, if you will. My wife also a snake charmer, for those that know that. But it's charming some snakes here with Zartan. You never know. How do you go to school for that? I don't know. I'll have to ask my wife, I guess. But very interesting here with the packaging design. Very, very cool. Almost gives me King Hiss vibes as well. Got a little snake kind of skin on the side there. And on the back, got a little bit of eyes poking through there. You got Super 7 logo at the top. Looking very nice. Ultimates up top as well. Let's pull old Zartan out. We're going to see what all the fuss is about. You get that starburst, fireburst background there we're used to with the Joes, of course. See you later. Goodbye, heave-ho. And now we get old Zartan down. A lot of accessories with Zartan here. We got multiple heads, hands, weapons, you name it. It's all going down here with Zartan. And it looks like only one twist tie through the middle here. I'm going to give that the old cut, the old snip. Oh, it's a dangerous snip, of course, right there. Pop out a head, pop out a head. There's two head. There's a knife. There we go. We're getting it. We're getting there. And this is a perfect San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It's a figure we've had before in Zartan, so nobody can say, hey, I missed out on Zartan. They've had it before. It's a special one-off episode, I guess appearance, look, whatever you want to call it for Zartan. It really is the perfect exclusive for something like San Diego Comic-Con. So I'm definitely here for something like this. See you later, goodbye. Keeps the Joe brand going, keeps people out there. A little silica packet as well. See you later, goodbye. Just a fun exclusive. It's not going to break the bank. It's not one of those ones that you have to have. If you're a casual Joe fan, you don't need something like this. So there's a lot of good stuff about this, if you ask me. So that's my soapbox, but let's dive into these accessories first, and we'll start with these hands. Got two fists of Zartan Fury out of the package there. Of course, you got two trigger hands here. He's going to hold his weapon, hold his gun. Got those going on. You got the dreaded hi-ya hands. You got to watch out for the hi-ya. It'll come just when you least expect it. Might get you in the throat if you're not careful. He's got the hi-ya hands going on. And then one of my favorite hands, no matter the toy line, he's got the what you gonna do, brother. He's got the finger. He's going to point in your chest, point in your face, point to the sky, point down low, pick his nose. You never know what he might be up to, but we do get that single-jointed or single-fingered hand right there looking good. Got a little knife, little dagger, one of those kind of things. He's ready to go, silver blade, black handle. Makes sense for a guy like Zartan that would have a knife. Then you get his patented blaster, his little pistol blaster here. Pew, 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 all day long, all in black here. Seen it before, now we're seeing it again. So we do get some good accessories there that makes sense for old Zartan. Then we do get the ones that are kind of key to this one here. You do get this little flute going on. So he's ready to just do-do-do. He's going to charm some snakes right out of their pants. You never know what might happen there. We got a little flute going on here. Is he a flautist? Is that what he is? I don't know. He could be, but he's going to charm a snake or two. We also got this little headdress here. Now, I don't remember this one. Is this the one that like was on Duke's head? Of course, Duke getting captured, all kinds of stuff. Duke always getting captured. We know. And that's just part of the course with a guy like Duke. But it was on his head, and it was like controlling his mind and something. Is that what this one is? Not exactly sure. It's been a while, but I think that might be what that is. Big cobra at the top right here. Very on brand. Looking very nice. You can put it on Zartan too if you want to. Then we get the snake bucket here, and this is one of those accessories you could really use with a different toy if you wanted to, because we've seen it a lot in media over the years. I think, wasn't it Indiana Jones as well? Little snake charm in action. You got the snake here in the tube. Obviously, a robotic snake here. You got a little TV screen in there with Cobra Commander feeding the directions, of course. But it looks very cool here. You got a little camera going on. You got the little screen. You got the Cobra. Comes out, which is very nice. You can remove this if you want to, and you can put this lid right on there. So kind of cool. A little bit of a, you're decorating an apartment, you're decorating the turtle's apartment. You can put something like this in. You put a little flower on top, and voila, you got that. So choose how you want to do it. I feel like you got to kind of display it like this. This is the way people want it to be displayed. At least I do, of course. But a very cool little basket with a snake in it. Once again, on brand, looking very good. But now we're going to dive into the head sculpts. 3 head sculpts, as I said right there. Now, the first one here, we got this big robe on Zartan, and how do we get this robe off? That's the million-dollar question. I guess we'll start with the robe first. Why wouldn't we? But we got the big robe. Looks like a druid of sorts, but instead of usually black or gray, it's in red here. But looks like a guy up to no good. I think if I was walking down a market, even if I'm in India or whatever, I'd say, what's up with that guy? It's like 150 degrees outside. Why is he in this full-on red robe? He's up to no good. He's probably going to do something with Cobra. That's what my brain would say. That's probably why I'd be Flint's right-hand man on the G.I. Joe team. That's probably just why. But it is a nice soft goods red robe here. Very, very nice. I have no issues with this robe at all. Looking very, very good. You got Zartan's head peeking right through there a little bit. The robe should be removable. Looks like we might have some Velcro. No? You're telling me this isn't removable. Is that what you're telling me here? It's got to be. It's got to be. Oh my gosh, it's going to be difficult to remove though. There's no Velcro. I thought there was Velcro on the side. It's actually like a real robe that you got to just undress with. So that's going to make an extra challenge or two possibly. Let's see if I can just easily pull this off, or if it's one of those things you got to take offline to get off. I think I can get it, but boy, I wish there was Velcro on this. I will say that, but I feel like you got to kind of display him with this robe on though. Maybe that's just me. You guys, once again, chime in your thoughts here. But he slides right off, and then you basically have the Zartan figure we've had before, is what this looks like to me. I guess I have that right here. Let's see what the differences are here. There is difference. I'm thankful for that, but it is a very easy repaint here, and theoretically you could mix and match. If you like this one but like this, you could put this one under the robe if you wanted to. Choose your own adventure there. But you get black on this one, where you get gray on the shoulder pads, the boots, the forearms. You get a little darker blue on the vest and on the thighs there. Weapons a little darker on the new one as well. So there is a difference here. I think that's a smart move, because they could have just gave a straight up repaint or just re-release this with the robe. Then people would be like, what the heck's going on here? But it is Zartan. It is the same head we got out of that one. It's Zartan all day long. It's funny, when I thought back as a kid, I always thought this was Zartan's hair, but it's a hood over the top. He is a bald guy, of course. Male pattern baldness, it's a real thing, even out there in the swamps where the drednoks are from, of course. Not so much around this table here, though. At least as of right now, hopefully never, but you never know what might happen. But it looks like Zartan all day long. Looks like Zartan from the cartoon. Here for that. Love some Zartan. Makes all the sense. So we get extra heads here. We get a little screaming head for Zartan. looking nice on brand here. And once again, this is a repaint, a reuse of this one. Gonna make it as different as possible. You put the robe on, you put the different pieces on, and then you give a different head. Makes it feel as different as possible. Screaming, yelling Zartan head is gonna make that possible for me. So I like that, of course. And then we got a straight up bald head with a little sly smirk for Zartan there. This would be a bad one to put under the robe. I may actually end up using this one. A little bit of a that sly devil. Love that face paint, or is it tattoos? Either way, he's playing all the hits right there. I like the way that looks. Green eyes as well. Looking very nice. It is Zartan, no doubt about it. Now, Zartan is articulation, typical Super 7 articulation. Arms do go all the way around for us. You do get a bicep cut. Single jointed elbow, side to side, of course. Hands removable, back and forth, side to side. Head back and forth, side to side, up and down. Hula hoop plus traditional waist. Got those Zartan splits, kinda, sorta. There we go, a little Zartan split action. You can feel a little ratcheting in there. A little bit tight, but better tight than loose, as we say. Leg does kick up. Single jointed knee, side to side, not really on this one. Ankles, nothing, no side to side, back and forth, but you do get the up and down on the ankles. So fairly consistent with the Super 7 articulation. I know some people don't like it. It doesn't bother me too much. Every once in a while I wish there was a little bit more, but for the most part, these are guys who just standing on my shelf. I'm not doing toy photography. I'm not doing big moves or anything with them. So it works for me. Once again, as we say, your mileage may vary. Now, does he fit on a ringside collectible Mattel stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. What do you know? He fits right there on that stand. Looking very, very nice. It is a good Zartan. If for whatever reason you don't have this version of Zartan, I actually wouldn't mind to get this one. If I had to choose one, I'd probably pick this one because you get the robe, you get those extra things. However, I like the color scheme on this new one more than the old one. I like the black against the gray if I had to choose between the two. So I'm actually thinking about displaying this one with the robe on and keeping this one as my standard Zartan. Gonna have to make some tough decisions in the old G.I. Joe room. We'll see what ends up happening. But for what this is, a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It's one of those ones, if you're deep in the weeds, you pick it up. If you're an ancillary fan, you don't need it. It truly is the perfect San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. People would lose their mind if this was the first Zartan figure ever. We know how that goes. So this works definitely for me, but it doesn't work for you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day, and then some. 2 YouTube channels full of content, and even more content for you on Patreon. Patreon, best way to support this YouTube channel. We got videos every single day over there. You get bonus images, Q&As, giveaways. It's all going down on the Patreon. Thank you guys for your support. ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Zartan, Super 7 Ultimate, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.